would save the life of a person, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits this. There is no dispute on this issue. وَقَدْ فَصَّلَ لَكُمْ مَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ إِلَّا مَا اضْطُرِرْتُمْ إِلَيْهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made all the haram clear except in case of ittirar, in case of a desperate necessity where the life is required to be saved, and that's where the haram will become permissible. The last thing I want to mention is that the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Sharia for the benefit. Anyone who would be keen on that, and the benefit is what we must not forget that the benefit, when we say benefit in the terms of this context, then it does not confine itself to this dunya. Rather, it includes this dunya and the akhirah. And that akhirah is a matter of ghaib. No one knows what is in there. We can only take that from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. The rope between this earth and the ghaib is that rope of ma anzal Allah, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent, wahi. So we have to rely on what is in the wahi. This is why we refer back to the book and the sunnah to know what is permissible. Whatever is permissible through that source will be inshallah tayyib and will be beneficial. Whatever is not permissible in those sources will not be permissible and will not be tayyib and will not be beneficial for us, even if we see that short-sightedly that there is some good in here, like a person who gambles, like a person who commits zina, he seeks something, he thinks that is good, but with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wisdom dictates that is haram and that it does not have the benefit, rather that has the destruction of a person. This is the message I wanted to give, and the warning that people who seek the treatment, especially the spiritual treatment, that beware that of all those people who are out there to make their money and dunya and to misguide, not only do that, rather they do those actions which are sarih and haram and which destroys the lives of the people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the truth of His deen, guide us to the haqq which He has sent to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and help us in all our affairs, and give the best cure to all those who are troubled by the illnesses and who are seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help and aid in this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure all of them, give good health. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us long life and amal salih, righteous deeds, because that's only when the life is beneficial. وَأَقُولُ قَوْلِي هَذَا وَأَسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ لِي وَلَكُمْ وَلِسَائِرِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Inshallah, I'll stop there. Inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah, the Sheikh will give a few answer for a few questions, inshallah, because I need to go, inshallah. There's few questions, inshallah.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the ruling on someone taking wages for cupping? Because I've seen some hadith that speak negatively about taking wages for cupping. I was just wondering.
Okay, alhamdulillah. What is the ruling? The question is, what is the ruling for taking the wages for cupping? This is like many questions we ask. What is the ruling on such and such? There is hadith which forbids the price of dam, the blood. Okay. However, there is also hadith in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had his hijama done and he paid the man who did that. So this is an issue where if a person can avoid that, good. If a person is in need and he charges, we say there is nothing haram. It's not haram. So it is in that case permissible for him to charge, as long as he is reasonable and he does not make his world by doing that, by harming people in that way, because he is taking advantage of the need of the people. So this is like the issue of what I mentioned about the branding, the using of the fire. Clear words in the hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I forbid my ummah to use this. But then he had this done to Ubay bin Ka'ab radiyallahu anhu, for example. He got an arrow stuck in his arm and he got him treated with the cauterization, with the treatment with the fire. And there are a couple of other companions who had, one of them had a wound on his body in the war, and the Prophet ﷺ, what was his name? Sa'ad bin Mu'adh radiallahu anhu. Big wound. Rasulullah ﷺ had the wound cut off and had it treated by the fire. So something which is forbidden in one statement, this is the rule in how we deduct how the scholars deduct the ruling. When they will see a statement from Rasulullah ﷺ, for example, they see the statement from Rasulullah ﷺ that he said that grow your beard. Okay, then we look through. Is there another statement which says that it's okay, leave it, don't if you don't do it, doesn't matter? Or is there a statement in which he forbade that in some situation? So we find, yes, there is a statement which says that do this, and there is another statement which says don't do this. So we say this is something recommended, it's mustahab. It is something that is, if you do, it's good, if you don't do, it's okay. If we see a statement that the Prophet ﷺ ordered that do it, and then we see lots of other statements similar, not only saying but action, so this becomes wajib. This is obligatory. Or if we see one statement and there is nothing to contradict, nothing to support, nothing to contradict, the scholars, they will take the safer view and they will say this is wajib. Okay, this is how we derive the ruling. Some people, when they would hear this kind of, they say, yeah, this is but I thought this is a sunnah. Somebody said to me, hijab of a woman, I thought this is a sunnah. I said, this Quran which you have, what is this? Did you see the two angels coming down holding this mushaf in their hand and brought to you? Or 1500 years they were standing somewhere holding this? As far as I know, this is a sunnah. This is something narrated by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taken by the companion, recorded, and this came mutawatir like this. Okay, its grade is of course the highest, but the narrations which come from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are all like this. Whether those are actions or the instructions, they are either the aqwal or a'mal or iqrar. The statement from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, actions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or approval, and then the companions would record that and they will transfer it. This is a sunnah. So everything which we have in this deen is sunnah. This is why ilm in this deen is, the scholars, they said that what distinguishes this ummah from all the previous ummah is the ilm of rawat wa isnad. Okay, this is what, because the previous nation, they did not have the chain of narration and authenticity. Rather, they have manqulat. They had stories that we heard the pious person saying this. We had the elder said this. Some people among us still do that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed. This is what Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said. وَيَرْفَعُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمِ دَرَجَاتٍ. He said that this ilm which is spoken in this, by which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises the darajat of the mu'mineen and the ulama, is the ilm of isnad wa rawat. So this is what establishes. So we have this sunan and the rules in that. So the rule for this hijama is the same. That we have one narration speaking against another narration which approves of this. This means this is something recommended, that if a person can avoid, then it's good. If he cannot avoid, this is all that he does, helping people all the time. He needs to have something for his food and drink as well. So he is allowed to charge some money for that, inshallah. Wallahu alam. Yeah.
Someone who uses the jinn, for a purpose that say would be good. Like someone breaks in the house, and tell them that this person done it, they come to them for advice, and he uses the jinn to do these things. This is haram as well, or is this?
This is alhamdulillah. Okay. The question is that if someone uses the jinn for something good, to help other people, if there is a problem, if there is a theft in their house, to inform them who did that, or indeed many people would seek this help for removing the sihr and jinn, and they go to somebody and he would say that I have jinn and I can dissolve this, I can deal with this. This is absolutely haram. Okay, haram, because no jinn, number one, jinn is a superior creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, this was the pride the Iblis had. He said, Ana khayrum minhu, khalaqtani min nar wa khalaqtahu min teen. Although the scholars refuted this argument of Iblis, but this was his argument, that I have been created with the fire and they are created with the dirt. So I am better than that. And the fact remains that they are they have superior abilities. They can see us from where we cannot see. They can fly. They can go to the boundaries of the atmosphere. They can even hear some of the messages, and they can bring the partial news. So they are able to do these things. If you are superior to someone, someone who is maybe less in knowledge,